It's the Texas weather discussion video for Thursday, the 22nd of February. I'm Donovan Neal. We get a break from the rain this morning, but rain returns during the afternoon and evening hours today. And how much rain are we expected to get for tomorrow and the rest of this weekend? Let's talk more about it. Let's take a look at the upper air pattern. We have the same pattern we've had for several days now. We have a trough in the west and ridging in the Atlantic, a high amplitude pattern here. Check the radar early this morning. We do note that there's virtually nothing for the DFW metro. We still have a few bouts of freezing rain and some thunderstorms for parts of southwestern Texas, but down here we remain dry for the rest of this morning. Temperatures, and we nearly dodged a bullet today. Well, we nearly dodged a bullet this morning, and really, yesterday evening and afternoon had DFW, Arlington, Fort Worth, Dallas been about 2 or 3 degrees cooler, all the roads would have been iced over here in North Texas. Around the nation, most of the cold air stays up north. Meanwhile, we have contrasting warm, mild air in the deep south near Florida and Alabama and some of those adjacent places. But I do think we shouldn't stay in the 30s. I don't think we should stay in the 30s for the rest of the day. I think we should warm to the mid 40s today. And we still have winter weather advisories in effect until 10 a.m. and through 1 p.m. for our counties to the west and north, includes Denton and Wise counties, due to the threat for some lingering freezing rain and, of course, some roads, bridges, and overpasses that are, of course, iced over from yesterday's event. So, of course, many schools are closed. Many schools have decided to close, so be sure to check for that. And across the nation, most winter weather advisories extend from New Mexico to West Texas to, of course, Wisconsin, in some of those adjacent areas. And next to that we have flash flood watches in effect for the eastern tip of Texas up into Pennsylvania. And we have flash flood warnings for parts of Louisiana and some of the adjacent areas. In terms of severe weather, we may have some thunder for our area, but no organized severe weather is expected. Same thing on day 2, which is tomorrow, and on day 3, which is Saturday, we have a large area of slight risk for severe weather for parts of northeastern Texas to the lower Mississippi Valley. And surrounding that, we have a marginal risk that includes our area, expands into our area. So, we'll talk more about that. This is the average rainfall. Of course, most of the rain this time stays in the lower Mississippi Valley. And down here, we still could see an additional 2.5 inches to local 3 inches of rain here for parts of North Texas. This is the 5-day outlook ending Wednesday of next week. So let's talk about it. Here we go. This is the GFS. This is the 06Z run valid today at noon. We have troughing in the western states, and we have ridging in the eastern states, and we have a highly amplified pattern here. And down below that, we do have rain returning to the state this afternoon with the threat for freezing rain for our western counties. And let's take a look at the HRRR model at 10 o'clock. Let's take a look at the high-res NAM at 10 o'clock. It does show that that rain returns to the state this late morning. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms remain possible, and freezing rain also remains possible for our eastern counties, where temperatures are below freezing in those areas. After this afternoon and evening, rain still sticks around. It'll rain off and on this afternoon and evening, but it shouldn't rain all evening. And by Friday morning, most of us will have a wet commute Friday morning, but it's more likely for our counties to the southeast and to the south. And by Friday afternoon and evening, at 3 o'clock, most of the scattered showers and thunderstorms push off to the north. But most counties where the rain is affected still should stay pretty wet. But our counties to the south should stay dry. And let's take a look at Saturday at 9 a.m. at 9 a.m. on Saturday. Of course, we still continue with the threat for scattered showers and thunderstorms with a surface low pushing through the area, and we still could see, and with that marginal risk for severe weather defined, we still could see some severe weather, but that's more likely for our eastern counties, for our southeastern counties, for where we still have CAPE values of excess of 1,200 joules per kilogram in some places. So right now we'll forecast a risk for strong to locally severe thunderstorms, mainly for the eastern counties, with the potential for producing damaging winds and large hail. The tornado threat for those areas is low but not zero. And let's just take it out to Sunday. Sunday could actually be a dry day with a mix of sun and clouds. We forecast a high of in the mid 60s. And here's Monday of next week. An area of high pressure develops near the lower Ohio Valley, and we should trend dry on Monday with a mix of sun and clouds with highs in the mid 60s. And on Tuesday, moisture does return to the state, but we still could see a few showers, but it won't be a widespread event, just rain at times. And on Wednesdays, we still could see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms with a high pressure developing in Kansas and a warm front pushing through. Again, highs should be in the upper 60s. And a week from today, Thursday, March 1st, we have troughing in the Midwest and the western states. And down here, we remain dry. We should remain dry, but skies should be mostly cloudy with highs in the mid 60s. Here's the end of the 10-day forecast period. This is Sunday, March 4th. We have troughing both in the Atlantic and in our western states, and down here, that looks like a dry look. You can see for the numbers for the next 15 days, we do warm through Saturday, and for the rest of late February, we should trend warmer, and really throughout early March, temperatures average to an even 62, which is basically on average for early March. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. I'll have more notes in a blog. The next video here should be posted at around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you can catch local TV stations on the air at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and Godspeed.